Moving on to Aries. Are there any Aries sisters here? Sun in Aries or a stellium in Aries? Also, for those who were born during a new moon, some of you might not know what it means to be born under a new moon in Aries. Or if you have a stellium in the first house, meaning your first house energy is especially strong, that counts too. Some of you have moon in Aries. Moms with moon in Aries can be quite impatient. Ascendant in Aries as well. As for me, I actually have no Aries placements in my entire chart, but I'm still someone with very strong Aries energy. My Saturn is in Aries, so I have a lot of Aries energy. Also, the lunar nodes count too. If your north or south node falls in Aries, you can mention that as well. Now let's talk about Aries. First of all, Aries is a fire sign and a cardinal sign. We covered this in our previous lessons. Fire element, cardinal sign. Do you all still remember how the energy of cardinal signs operates? Cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Their modes are different. How does the energy of cardinal signs operate? Do you remember? I don't remember. Cardinal is a centrifugal force that moves forward. Now, Aries is also a fire sign. So what kind of characteristics does it have? We say that the fire element is also upward and forward, oriented toward the future, right? So combined with the cardinal mode, Aries is completely future oriented, or you could say it embodies the qualities of new life. Plus, it's the first sign of the zodiac, and the first sign corresponds to the first house. So it's very much like that. It's like the sign of the seed sprouting from the soil. So we find that all Aries seem to be full of vitality or full of something. This drive to explore the future, this anticipation and vision that comes from the fire element. That's because it's the first sign, the sign that breaks through and sprouts. And its ruling planet is Mars, right? Which gives it those pioneering qualities. Pioneers, trailblazers, and pathfinders are all Aries. Remember Mars, later on, we'll talk about the exaltation path. The body part it corresponds to is the head. So if you observe some Aries, some people with Venus in Aries really like to buy hats. They like fresh things, dressing up related. Some love buying hats, hair accessories, headbands, etc. This could be because Aries is associated with the head. When our dice land on Aries, you might notice you could have a headache because of the fiery Aries influence. So it could be related to your head. Another thing is, if Aries is in your first house, then its opposite sign would be in the seventh house. In terms of the astrological houses, Aries corresponds to the first house, which represents the self. So Aries is a sign that strongly emphasizes the self. Why is that? The fire element itself is an element of the self. It only concerns itself with burning. Fire is inherently self-focused. And on top of that, Aries is the very first sign. Think about it. In the world of a newborn, because of its developmental cycle, whether we see the zodiac as the journey of the fisherman or the journey through the 12 signs and houses, Aries represents new life. It is the infant. In the world of a newborn, in the world of a just born baby, there is only the self. Think about it. Isn't that true? When a baby cries, it's because they're hungry. When happy, they laugh. They don't need to care about anyone else's feelings, nor do they need to take care of others. They are completely focused on their own emotions, only caring about whether they're happy or not and what they want, right? So in the world of a newborn, in the world of Aries, there is only the self. That's why Aries strongly emphasizes the I. On the other hand, Libra, which is opposite Aries, emphasizes us. So Aries and Libra are a pair of opposing signs. Do you understand that? If not, just remember that Aries is a sign that strongly emphasizes the self, that really focuses on who am I? So what is Aries' fundamental lesson? It's to become myself. Think about it. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, a seed not meant to be any other. Its mission is simply to sprout. Whether it grows into a towering tree or what happens later isn't its concern. It only cares about breaking through the soil and sprouting. So, in becoming itself, Aries naturally develops a sense of competition. How do I be myself? Who am I? Am I being cared for? And so on and so forth. So if you observe many Aries people around you, you'll notice their strong sense of competition. Do you feel that? This competitive drive, or the urge to be first and get ahead, is very strong in them. It's because they always want to be seen, to be noticed, just like a baby who constantly needs the attention of their parents. And then it represents a new beginning, but this beginning is often not fully thought out. It's like when we take the first step. This brings us to something I want to talk about. Have you noticed that when we make plans, even if we plan out steps 1 through 10, often after step 1 to 2 and then 2 to 3, each subsequent step becomes less visible. The plan diverges more from the original. Whether working on a side hustle, creating content, or job searching, have you experienced this? You plan everything from step 1 to 10, thinking you'll finish one before moving to the next, taking it step by step. But in reality, after completing the first and second steps, by the time you get to the third, fourth, and fifth, things become more different from what you originally planned. So this is what happens to us. People who like to make plans often realize that many things are beyond our control. But what about Aries? What are they like? Aries is the kind of sign that only cares about starting, not about planning. Do you get what I mean? Aries is all about just getting started, only caring about the beginning. When something comes up, they just charge ahead. When something comes up, I'm the first to break new ground. It's like sprouting. I only care about sprouting. But as for how to actually carry things out, how to implement step 1, 2, 3, I don't bother with that. Do you get what I mean? So the biggest trait of Aries is that it's a sign that really cares about beginnings, but it might not have a thorough plan. That's why we often say Aries' impulsiveness comes from this. And then there's the rest: naivety, honesty, and so on, which are some of the keywords we've mentioned for fire signs, right? Naivety and honesty. All fire signs have this kind of innocent, romantic vibe, a sense of naivety and honesty, because they think straightforwardly without too many ulterior motives. Aries is subjective. Why is that? Because the fire element is all about the self-centered and subjective. So in Aries world, it's often not about what you think, but about what I think. All right, take a look at this part and see if you have any questions. It corresponds to people with a well-developed mind, either a simple mind or well-developed muscles. So sometimes when we ask certain questions, whether it's about rolling dice or about certain mindsets, before this, one of the students has a partner with a stellium in Aries, and that day when Jiaozi came to Shenzhen, we were chatting and Jiaozi saw this person's birth chart. He said, "Your husband's chart is clearly not the type to come to me for astrology readings or consultations." Why do you think that is? Why would Jiaozi look at a man with a strong Aries chart and say, "Your husband is obviously not someone who would come to me for a consultation"? What else? We burst out laughing when we heard that. Because in the world of Aries, they don't have all those twists and turns. Things like exploring the self, seeking a higher self, reconciling with oneself, or overthinking things, none of these are issues for them. Aries is just straightforward, all about I control my own fate, not the heavens, and doesn't care about birth charts or astrology. Right, so that classmate does both astrology and tarot and is very focused on it. But her husband never really pays attention to any of it, also because his sense of self is just too strong. Yes, exactly, that's the reason. Got it? Plus, he really is the type who's simple-minded and physically strong. And then as for Aries, in medical astrology, it's also mentioned. I attended a medical astrology class before. Aries is related to hemoglobin. You can remember this as some extra knowledge outside of class. So overall, it sounds like Aries is a sign with very well-developed strength, and being a pioneer or a trailblazer, these are all characteristics of Aries. So actually, the overall image of Aries, as we mentioned earlier, sometimes Aries is associated with illnesses, whether it's in medical astrology or later on when you study things like L3 and progressions, you'll find that Aries is connected to diseases, fevers, and heat-related conditions. Things like internal heat or inflammation are related to Aries. You can make a note of this. Even when you throw dice and they land on Aries, it often indicates bodily reactions of this kind. Aries is indeed very hot and dry. So things like fever and high temperature are typical, and especially in summer, things like sunburn and so on are all characteristics of Aries, all traits of this zodiac sign. And then the cardinal quality of the fire element, as we just discussed, is about initiating and creating something new. What is it? It's rapid and centrifugal, remember? So Aries as a fire sign is this kind of rapidly outward shooting centrifugal fire element. That's why it emphasizes speed. Whenever any planet falls in Aries, it will manifest, it will express itself with speed. The speed is extremely fast, but this quickness isn't long lasting. So when we talk about Aries enthusiasm, that rush or excitement, it's all about being fast. When they get excited, they're really excited. And when they lose interest, it happens just as quickly. If you observe people with Aries traits, whether they like something or someone, they always have this characteristic. When they like something, they want it immediately. Have you noticed that? Or if you have Aries friends, you can feel this yourself. I experience it too. When I want to do something, I want to get it right now, immediately, as soon as possible. Yes, that's the feeling. But then very quickly, sigh, I lose interest, or the idea just disappears just as fast. These are all traits of Aries. Its strengths are things like strong execution and so on. Its weaknesses are that it lacks planning and isn't persistent. But actually, if we look at Leo, it's a bit better because Leo is a fixed sign, though it's also a fire sign. Naturally, it also has this sense of wanting to be number one, a sense of priority and a competitive nature. This feeling of wanting to be first, competitiveness, and so on, these are all Aries traits. And also, they're excellent imitators. This is something that teacher Sue Tompkins mentioned in her contemporary astrology research. When she talked about Aries, she wrote about this. When I saw the word imitator, I had a sudden moment of enlightenment. Why is Aries associated with being an imitator? It's because when they hear something truly novel or encounter a completely new and intriguing idea, their deeply ingrained innate sense of competition and an intense desire to be the very first makes them want to obtain it almost immediately, so they will act upon it right away or instantly try to imitate it with great enthusiasm. The underlying reason for his imitation isn't like Gemini, who imitates out of curiosity, learning whatever they see. For Aries, the foundation of their imitation is their innate sense of competition. Do you understand? It's as if this thing was pioneered by them, but in reality, it might be something they learned from someone else. So Aries is actually a very high quality imitator. If you understand this part, type A1 in the chat. Let me give you an example. Because I myself have strong Aries energy, I know very well why I had such a sudden realization when I saw this statement. It's because I am someone who imitates a lot, and this kind of imitation is fast. To some extent, it's a form of rapid learning. At the time, I was watching someone else's course, and it involved a business module. As soon as I heard it, my mind immediately clicked. Without thinking too much, I went straight to discuss with my assistant, saying I want to open up a business section in Tarot for everyone to exchange business ideas. But in reality, this business part was something I saw other educational institutions doing. However, they weren't talking about business per se. They were doing other types of psychological counseling. Business was just their strong suit. This means they quickly absorb what they want, then immediately act and imitate. They feel if they don't do it, they'll fall behind, or peers will do it instead. Unacceptable, so they must act fast. At their core, they're afraid of losing. Their drive is advancement. Understandable, right? Then there are pioneers, exploring the future. Fire signs embody this. Their energy upward and burning, always future-oriented. But this also brings recklessness. And if there's an excess of fire element, it brings a sense of roughness. In a natal chart, no matter which fire sign it is, it's very hard to sense elegance in someone with a very strong fire element. Even traits like being slow and gentle, if the fire element is too strong, it will always result in roughness. It's related to rough energy. Why is that? Because the fire element is naturally bold and careless, not paying much attention to details. It's also connected to our primal instincts, bringing about this sense of roughness. People with a strong Aries influence tend to be unconcerned with minor details. You can think of it that way. As for the rest of these keywords, you can just take a look. Honestly, they're all things we've already discussed. Impulsive, brave, prioritizing competition, and so on. Energetic, quick to act, always living in the future with abundant energy, and possessing a pioneering spirit. And then they tend to emphasize the core of things. For example, let me give you an example. Say you have two jobs right now. One is a new job and the other is your old job, and you roll the dice and so on. Sometimes Aries really does lean toward the new, toward the future. It's just that you might not have planned out this new future choice. So in many cases, it's actually related to new things, new beginnings, and new starting points. And then it emphasizes the self. For example, I immediately want to, like people with moon in Aries. Didn't one of you just say you have moon in Aries? The moon relates to inner emotions and needs. People with moon in Aries often seek immediate gratification. Whatever they feel, they want it right away. Whatever they desire, they want instant satisfaction. They have this feeling. The moon also relates to one's mother. So those with moon in Aries might have mothers with impulsive personalities. You can observe this. Aries always brings this kind of quick impulsiveness and then strong characteristics. Eagerness. This is easy to understand, right? It really is a bit like that. There will definitely be some of it. Like when you sign up for a class or when you buy something, when someone in your group shares something and it makes you want to buy it. Whenever something is shared that sparks their interest, they immediately want to get it. Yeah, my mom is always in a hurry about everything. All right, let's look at the next negative trait, impatience. This also relates to being quick and impulsive. Well, there's energy there. Having energy and passion, those aren't really negative traits, but then they can be a bit reckless, not considering the consequences, always wanting to pursue and conquer. Remember, Aries has a desire to conquer. So sometimes when we look at certain types of relationship dice, they have Aries-like traits. Then the reader might tell you, oh, I think he really likes me. He does this and that for me. But you need to understand sometimes when you ask if someone likes you and Aries shows up, it might not mean they truly like you. Instead, what they feel is a desire to conquer you. They want to win you over. In many of these relationship cases, you'll see men displaying a strong desire to conquer, and Aries is a sign that doesn't like to compromise or yield internally. Getting an Aries to back down or compromise is truly difficult. They lose patience. They just don't have much patience, whether it's a short attention span or a lack of endurance. For them, it's all about the beginning, not about persistence. So what is Aries like? It's a sign that focuses on the starting point, but doesn't care much about the process. So what kind of things are people like this suited for? Think about it. What should they do? In terms of careers, industries, or the nature of their work, they care about the starting point, but not about... Do they care about the process? Think about it. What kind of industries or jobs are people with strong Aries energy suited for? Athletes, right? Like in a race, whether or not they jump the gun, right? They're good at acquiring new clients. Think about it. Isn't that true? It's all about pioneering. They're only suited for pioneering. They're the ones who go out and break into the market first, right? They open up the market and then others are sent in to handle the follow-up. They're the ones at the very front doing the initial groundwork. So if Aries people find a job that's truly suited to them, they can really dominate the field. But if you force them to stay in one position and really take root and grow, they might not be able to do it. But if you keep letting them go out and explore new territories, that's what they're good at. So, the benefit of astrology and birth charts is that everyone can look at their own chart's energies to find what suits them best. Okay? And finally, whenever any planet falls in Aries, it will be influenced by the traits of wanting to be first and being competitive. This means whatever they do will be very fast. Any planet in Aries will accelerate things. Everything speeds up, and the fundamental reason for this acceleration is that they are afraid of falling behind, afraid of losing. Think about it. Sometimes when those kids go to the cafeteria, if it's an Aries child, what will they do? They'll want to rush to the cafeteria lady with their bowl as fast as possible, asking for their portion. They have to be the fastest. The main reason is that they're afraid they won't get as much as others, so they end up doing everything faster and faster. This is true for any planet that falls in Aries. Do you understand? Aries is also related to courage and bravery. Think about someone who always needs to be at the front line, always striving to be number one. They must really value their own courage, which is very precious. They also emphasize being full of vitality. So Aries is associated with courage, bravery, and similar qualities. But let me give another example, like when Saturn is in Aries. Saturn is related to our fears, so think about it. What are people with Saturn in Aries afraid of? Saturn is associated with fear and being afraid. So if Saturn is in Aries, what about you? Think about what they're truly afraid of. People with Saturn in Aries are afraid of losing. They're also afraid of being slow. They're afraid of being slower than others. They feel that being slow is also a kind of losing, right? Only being fast means winning. They're also afraid of not being brave enough, afraid of lacking courage, afraid of falling behind. For them, that's all part of having Saturn in Aries. So you see, Aries energy is really about always wanting to be first, to be ahead of everyone else. And so they feel that being fast means winning. They have this trait, you see? If your birth chart has Aries energy, you'll notice that you tend to get anxious easily. In fact, the fire element itself is also related to anxiety. For people with strong Aries energy, their anxiety comes from always worrying about falling behind. I feel this way myself. I'm always worried that if I'm not making progress, then I'm falling behind. This is all connected to the fire element and Aries energy. That's why you'll find that Aries is always restless, always needing to start something new. They always have to live in the future, always have to learn new things, even if they can't stick with it for long. So why do Aries people sign up for so many courses? There was someone in a tarot group, a student named Coco, who signed up for a lot of courses in a year. He felt that only by enrolling in courses could he feel at ease, as if, I'm learning, I'm making progress, which means I can win. But he might have spent a lot of money signing up for courses and never actually studied them. This kind of behavior is very Aries, you know? So if anyone still has questions about Aries type 1 in the chat, otherwise we'll move on.